Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, with this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check in with the Divine Feminine, the 3D Divine Feminine, see where she's at as a collective, for the collective I'm reading. And then we're also going to get messages from the Divine Feminine from in the 5D directed towards the Divine Feminine in the 3D. Okay, so we're going to start off with charms. Please know that when I speak of Divine Feminine and I use the pronouns he and she, that I'm speaking of energies, not a gender. So please know that in my heart, I accept and love each one of you for exactly who you are. It's just when I get into this state, I can't think about what I'm saying. So please just reverse it and change it for what's best for you. Okay. And just know that I truly do accept and love each one of you. All right, so we're just going to take a moment, and I invite you to take a deep breath, and we're going to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, and Metatron, Archangel Shamuel, and Archangel Rajuel. And we ask that they surround this reading with grace, with their unconditional love and compassion. And we ask that only messages from the 5D Divine Feminine come through of the highest healing order. And is in the best interest to each person who watches this video in all directions of space and time. Thank you. So it is. Satnam. So we're going to pull some charms. Okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up, I'm going to try and do this so that you guys can see. So for me, it's very important where they fall with each other. So that's why it's hard for me. I'm trying to figure out the way that, the best way to do this on video is, so be patient with me. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, okay? Okay, so this was on top of the U. This is Archangel Raphael, with either an M or a W, but once I get into the message, we'll see what's going on. Okay. So let me just connect over. So this is just letting us know where the Divine Feminine is at in the 3D. I feel like as a collective, the collective I'm reading for, the Divine Feminine, so you, meaning you, the viewer, and the collective of the Divine Feminine, are the one to do healing. And this could be, initials for some people, but what I'm really hearing is, like, what I'm also hearing is that this M is for manipulation, and this here is a symbol for gains. So I feel like the Divine Feminine, what they're starting to recognize is where they have been playing games. They're starting to take some responsibility. So games, you are the one. You're starting to heal manipulation. Okay, so for a long time, I feel like this collective in the past would blame the Divine Masculine for a lot of this. But I feel like that the collective I'm reading for is really starting to look at and recognize their part and where they mirror that. Where were they manipulating their own thoughts, manipulating their own situations, trying to manipulate the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, to try and get him to come closer, to come forward. And there's a beautiful healing that's taking place, and you are the one to do that healing. There's nobody else that can do that for you. The divine masculine can assist, but ultimately, any games that he plays, it's a mirror for you to go within to do that work. Okay. So this is the Divine Feminine Energy Oracle cards by Flames of Alchemy. Where's the Divine Feminine at in the 3D? I'm going to put that down. Vulnerability. You see how she's covering up her chest, her stomach. So her second, third, and fourth chakras, and third and fourth chakra, they're all being protective. Like she's being protective of them. Okay, I'm going to use the Island Time Wellness to get some clarification. What is the Divine Feminine feeling vulnerable about at this time? The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. I'm just going to get one more. Oh. Okay. Okay. Masks. Not showing true feelings. Hide. Personify. Pretend. Delude. Gaslighting. Love. Unconditional love. Self-love. Oneness. Passion. Affection. Attraction. Taking a moment with the cards. So where I'm feeling like the divine feminine, a lot of the divine feminines and feminines are at, are fear around opening themselves up, allowing themselves to be vulnerable. So they will put on masks. Sometimes they will become manipulative without even realizing it, not with hard intentions, harmful intentions, but it was what I'm hearing is it was a coping mechanism that they learned as children to get what they want. So we can ask Archangel Raphael at any time to come in and help heal that. And the reason why she would come into start acting upon these childhood patterns was because she started to feel vulnerable because she feared that the relationship was over. She wasn't recognizing that she's not separate from her divine masculine. And so it triggered all of her abandonment issues, all of the fear that he may walk away if he saw her true face, all of her true feelings. And if he knew just how much she truly did love him. And I feel like there's two messages coming in with this. I feel like there are some divine feminines in the collective who are afraid to tell their divine masculine how they feel. Lulu's in the room, guys, so you may hear her snorting. She's a Boston Terrier, so she's got a small snout, so you may hear some snorting deck noises and hearing her around the room, but she loves to be and when I do readings, especially when I'm in my Akashic records, and I am right now. Okay, so the two messages that I'm hearing is that there's a divine feminine who doesn't want to be vulnerable, doesn't want to allow herself to be vulnerable, to tell the divine masculine that she loves him because she fears it will be the end. So she puts a mask up and she plays some games, not only with him, but with herself. And she can get manipulative. But she's starting to recognize that what she's manipulating is really herself, and that this really isn't the best way to go about this relationship, this connection, or for her to be at peace. She's recognizing that she is the one. And with the help of Archangel Raphael, she can learn to love herself more, which in turn is connecting over to the divine masculine as well, and being able to love him more true and more deep and more unconditionally. I'm going to connect to the 5D feminine to get a higher perspective on this. So we call in the voice of the 5D divine feminine for this collective. And we ask that she grace this reading with her wisdom and knowledge, and in the best interest of everyone. Okay, I'm using the Twin Flame, A Journey of the Heart, Ernest M. Henry cards. What would the divine feminine and the 5D like to say to the 3D divine feminine about their twin flame connection? Guys, I'm not even kidding. I wish I could show you my setup, but this is from the Divine Feminine Energy Oracle cards. In this, I have no idea how it got there, but it was literally, I closed my eyes while I was shuffling, and this card was sitting just like this, like right next to me, and I have no idea how it got there. So I'm finding that very interesting. So I'm hearing from the Divine Feminine that this is meant to come through. So this is ancestral wisdom. And we're going to pull some more cards to see how that fits in. But that was amazing. I looked down and there was a card there that I swear was not there before. And thank you, Divine Feminine. So this fell out of the deck. Twin Flame 20, Patience. Focus on having more patience with your soul and the souls of those you love. We cannot control others or any situational outcomes. We can only control and be responsible for ourselves. And I really feel like that is where the Divine Feminine, the 3Ds, are starting to come. They're starting to have that realization. The open heart. Our journey of self-love is one of the awakened and open heart, connecting with all of those connected with all those of like-mindedness. Feel this power within. Let it fill your heart, as you are never alone, but a thought away. So I feel like this is the just connecting over. This is a very similar message as to where she's at. But with the Divine Feminine, what the 5D Divine Feminine would like to say is that at any time you can call on your higher self and call on the energies of the 5D, not to just talk to your Divine Masculine, but to have a conversation with yourself in that higher plane, which will help you assimilate the message, help you assimilate what you're learning, to bring in some of this wisdom. As a collective, you can look in to your past and how women were treated to really understand what's triggering the games and the manipulation. Okay? For many in the collective that I'm reading, there is a family lineage pattern of doing that to get what they want. And the 5D, Divine Feminine, is saying that in a way to help open yourself up is to connect over to the Divine Feminine in the 5D, to your higher self in the 5D, and ask to help to assimilate patience in your connection, and that you start to have an open heart and recognize the wisdom that's from your past. And know that you have deceased loved ones on the other side that are assisting you and guiding you as well. Helping you recognize your patterns so that you can let them go, so they can be let go of, not only for yourself, but through your family feminine line moving forward. This is the Divine Feminine by Awakened Twin. This is her deck. I know I deserve the best. That's what that one says. It's okay to feel sad. I don't know if I showed you guys this one. I know I deserve the best. And then this is a message from your twin, from Happy Coach. But what I'm hearing is that I am always with you. This literally flew out of the deck. Okay. So the Divine Feminine in the 5D. From your higher self is saying, I know I deserve the best. My twin is always with me. Now, when I feel vulnerable, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel vulnerable and sad at the thought of the loss of losing my divine masculine. But I know I deserve the best. I know I deserve love. I know I deserve to love myself. So I'm going to move forward and have patience with myself and open my heart to my ancestral wisdom as I let go of long family lineage patterns to be able to move forward and be my best self, because I am always with myself. This is the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. We're just asking for some 5D messages on how to do some of this healing and how to move forward and really see ourselves from her perspective. How to see our 3D selves and what we're going through from the 5D perspective. I'm hearing the words right now. It is safe for you to love. It is safe for you to open your heart and to take this slow and have patience. When you feel yourself either running or rushing towards, so chasing, when you feel either one, just The Divine Feminine is inviting you to do your best to be still, to call in your angels, your guides, your ancestors, the Divine Feminine, your higher self in the 5D, and take a few moments and say, what am I running from? Because when I'm chased, so whether you're running or you're chasing, you're running. Because when you're chasing, you're running from an uncomfortableness. You're running from that vulnerability. You're running from the vulnerability because you're afraid to be sad. You're afraid to be heartbroken. So this card here is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, sending the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So recognizing that by stopping, by pausing, having patience and opening your heart, and recognizing when you're either running or chasing, that's coming from a place, a seed of vulnerability and not wanting to be vulnerable. So when you sit in that and you breathe through that, you'll be able to move through it more. You'll have more self-understanding, and you'll start to allow what is meant for you to come to you instead of the push-pull dynamic, the tug-of-war energy dynamic. There's an ancient wisdom that's within your core that is one with your twin. So trust that, because here it says laying foundations, but you have to understand, like what I'm hearing is that the foundation is already pure. You're already one. So now it's about seeing that light and laying down more 3D foundations to allow the divine plan to come in and to work with you. There's an ancient knowledge and wisdom that's here for you at all times. And here I'm seeing the 1111 card, the tarot card, the Four of Wands, the twin flame union, and healthy foundations. In 2020 is a 4, which is about laying down those foundations so that you know that you are in relationship and starting a new cycle or a new relationship or a new connecting with your twin again from a healthier place. And when you sit with your heart wide open, when you connect to your twin's heart, what I'm hearing is some may run in the moment because they're afraid to be vulnerable, because they're mirroring that. But you touch them. You planted a seed that says seeding the light. So when you touched their heart, when you embrace the sacred heart within your divine masculine, that seed is planted. He has been seen. And some divine masculines are going to struggle with being seen like that and run. Some will stay longer, but know that he will always want to be seen like that again. And trust in that divine plan and that beauty. So this is Anna, grandmother of Jesus. And for every twin flame reading that I do, I have the twin flames, Master Jesus, forgiveness, and Mary Magdalene, the teacher awakens. So to me, they are the archetypal energy, the example of when twin flames come together, how they empower themselves, each other, to awaken and be their best selves. And you see how they both have the circle? And so what Jesus has told me in my meditations in the Akashic Records is that Mary Magdalene represents the Sacred Heart. And the Sacred Heart is within each and every one of us, which is our divine perfection. It's our higher heart. And when we connect to people through the Sacred Heart, we're seeing unconditional, we're opening to unconditional love and seeing them in a more higher place and understanding what forgiveness really means, which is that there is nothing to forgive in the first place. Being in the world and not of it. Recognizing that when we are in partnership with our twins, when we are having that direct mirror, that it's easier and better to focus on, when we're triggered, the Sacred Heart, so that we can work on and process the other energies that aren't our truth, that aren't alive in the field of the Sacred Heart, so that we can let go of them. And the Divine Feminine is inviting you to work with Mary Magdalene, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, or any aspect of the Divine Feminine that you would like. Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, Aphrodite. So I have these cards watching all over my twin flame readings to help guide me through these readings. I'm going to get another card from the Work Your Light deck. They're saying one more. Oh, they're saying this one here. Absolutely gorgeous. The ever unfolding rose. Cracked open. It's happening for you. It's happening for you, not to you. I'm going to say that again. It's happening for you, not to you. And so there's an invitation from the Divine Feminine to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to allow yourself, your heart to crack open and recognize that you are the ever unfolding rose. And look at what a perfect card to end with. Do you see the polarity, the difference in the woman? All curled up, afraid to be sad, afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to show her love. And then this woman here has got her arms open, her heart completely vulnerable, up to the universe, up to higher realms, up to her higher self, up to her 5D self, so that she could be vulnerable in the 3D world. Because she's recognizing that all of life is that ever unfolding rose. And that things are happening for her to continue to be cracked open, to continue to grow and evolve their soul being the divine masculine and the divine feminine as they are one. It's happening for you, not to you. And as she continues to crack open, she's connecting into that divine ancestral wisdom, the wisdom of the divine, the wisdom of the divine feminine in the 5D. The 5D isn't just for connecting with the divine masculine. It's for connecting with yourself, your higher self. And where you can merge with him in a pure place. But don't forget to see yourself, the beautiful rose that you are. And see the beautiful roses on the Mary Magdalene card. And in front of her heart is a white lily. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. That inner call is a waking up to self, to your sacred heart, and then seeing it in others. And that there's an important mission in that work, and that mission is love. And when you see the Sacred Heart or the unconditional love in others, when you recognize them as love, you're mirroring it back to yourself, and it only gets stronger. And then you get stronger in it, and you can see it in others. Then you're connecting to the collective grid of unconditional love, the Sacred Heart. And that's mission work. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some messages out of this. Just know that I love your ever unfolding, beautiful heart, the beautiful rose that you are. All right. Much love.